Hello, guys. I'm sorry for being a bit late today. I had like some really technical problems here, and um, it just didn't help in my day. I'm so sorry. I wish I could. Oh, it just happened. Anyway, that's no problem. Um, that's no problem. Now let's carry on here. Let's do our live here. Yeah. Um, I I just couldn't tell you about this, and no problem. We're back in live again. So I hope you had a great new year. Welcoming and be healthy with trainer Orlando. We're gonna be talking about lower back pain, and I will explain to you how this will interfere with your mobility and your strength if you are in the force and beyond. Okay. Uh, we all know that this sort of problem is a big problem around the world. It's a problem that affects many people, many people. And I think it's the most common problem. I've had this problem before, but I will talk about this problem later on. But the main reason we have to understand is why this sort of problem happens to us. Yeah, because you have to understand how we differentiate, we separate lower back pain with muscular pain. Um, Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you get out of bed and you feel your lower back. What's happening? And you think, I've got a problem in my lower back. But sometimes you don't have a problem in your lower back. You have a problem. It's something coming from your exercises, or you made an awkward movement and it put a mass in your lower back, and then it happened to you, and you think, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I've got a problem in my lower back, but it's not. Take it easy. You have to feel your body and see if that's a problem in your lower back. Uh, what's a lower back problem? What's pain in your lower back? The one you know. It's kind of like pain that's going on for a long time. Uh, it seems it will never stop, because it can take weeks and weeks, it can take months and months and months and months and years, whatever. And if you just have um, lower, if you just have like muscular problem, it is something you can fix going to a guy who can massage your back, and that will go, because that could be coming from your exercises you do in the gym. Like for example, if you do exercise like deadlifts or squats, you can get problems in your lower back. But when I say problems, like muscular problems, and they are good problems, because they are not really doing any body to your lower back. They are actually strengthening your lower back. Okay. But when you have that kind of pain, it never stops, and you know the difference between muscular and that pain in the lower back. That's the one you don't want to have. So how do you fix that? um, I will explain you my story, because I've had a um, lower back problem before, and for me that wasn't very pleasant. It took me about like 1 year to fix this problem. Why? Because I never paid attention to my body. My body was telling me, hey, Orlando, stop, not stop work, but cut down your hours at work and have a look at that. But I never paid attention because, when you're working, you keep going, keep going, keep going. And sometimes you think you're a superhero and things will stop, but never stopped because that was really bothering me. I was like, if I had to help my client to lift a dumbbell off the ground, I would have like with the other hand support my body on something and pick the weight off the ground, and that was horrible for me. That was horrible for me. So when I was walking, I was fine, but whenever I had to bend over, or I had to make like an awkward movement, I would feel my lower back. So then I decided to, okay, I have to do something about it. I decided to cut down my hours. So, and the word is resting. Yeah. So when I rested more, yeah, when I decided to rest more, things got better for me. Yeah. I was my back was getting healthier because of my resting, and I was slightly feeling better to bend over, uh, but that took some time to fix properly. It takes some time. Lower back problem is a big problem, especially when it's painful. But again, you can ask me, did you stop doing your workouts? No, I never stopped. What I did was I decide to drop my weights, because I do a little bit kind of heavy weights, and that wasn't helping. And what I did was I I decide to drop the weights, really drop the weights, and do more reps. Yeah, keep doing the exercise with more reps and less weight. So what that helped me to keep my strength going and my sort of mobility. Of course, when you have a problem in the lower back, like I had it, uh, I lost a little bit of my mobility and my strength, but I didn't stop entirely my training. I just broke down the weights to be able to do my exercise. That's what I did, nothing else. And kept working out, but always like being careful with the movements because, in the back of your mind, if you've got a problem in the lower back, and you're always careful when moving about because you don't want to hurt even more. So, yeah, I never I never stopped doing the exercise. I just chose the exercise. I could do it. Okay. So, but I think the main thing here is you you're resting. You have to do some resting. If you don't do some resting, you never heal your back. You want to fix your back, you have to do some resting. Okay, some people they need to stop completely. Yeah, I understand, because they cannot get out of home because they have a problem. They have a big problem. Mine, I had a problem in the lower back, but wasn't as big as that. Okay, but again, you can do exercise at home to help improve your back, to keep strengthening your back. Because if you're not doing, unless you have to lie in for the whole day in bed, you know what I mean? If there is something you cannot walk, that's different. Then you might need a professional to come to your place and massage your back or do something. But that's you took a kind of lower back problem really high up. So here I'm explaining if certain types of problems in the lower back, you still can exercise, but no one better than you to tell me I cannot do it. Okay. Um, yeah, people ask me in the gym about the problem I had, and so because I've been there. I can help people. I can explain what you can do it, because I've been there before. So that helps me to that I can help the people. I can just like engage with them and explain what they can do it. Sometimes they ask me, what's more important, to rest or to exercise? Again, you can do both. You can rest, you can exercise, um, you can do both, but it depends on the how severe your injury is. Okay, but if you think you still can exercise, just go for it. Just do it. Just go exercise. Be careful when doing the exercise, the movements, and go for it. That will help you. If you're fine. Okay. Um, Another question is, what they ask, are there any side effects having a problem in your lower back? Well, yeah, you can lose your mobility a bit, or more than a bit, and your strength as well, because you have a problem there. You have to acknowledge that problem. Oh, I've got a problem there. I have to be careful with the weights. I have to be careful when walking. Even when you're walking outside, you have to be careful. If you're walking, someone calls you and you turn like that, sometimes that can affect your lower back, because there's a problem there. So yeah, again, if you don't do any treatments, yeah, if you don't try to fix, that could become chronic, and becoming chronic, you're gonna live with that forever, and you're gonna be complaining about every time, because you never did anything about it. So don't let that happen, or don't let that get to that stage, because if it gets to that stage, you never fix. So if you're feeling out, do something about it. Okay, if you're feeling out, do something about it. Do some resting and do some exercise if you can. Okay, so, and then you're gonna feel like when your lower back is getting better, you're gonna feel like when you're getting out of bed, you're gonna feel better. Oh, that's what I felt. I still remember. Oh, sometimes you're sleeping and you keep like turning right and left, and you feel your lower back. There is a problem there. But I remember when my back was getting better, even to get out of bed, I felt, oh my God, that's amazing. Another thing is like to bend over and pick things off the ground. Again, oh, that's improving. And then, so feeling that kind of uh, positive thing, it helps the injury, because you always like thinking positive. Oh, my injury is getting better and better. Okay. I'm just reading some questions people ask me, and that's why I have to turn my head a little bit, and just to make sure I have not missed and the questions people ask me. um, So yeah, I explained about my problem I had before and how long it took me to fix. It took me about uh, 1 year, because I didn't listen to my body. It could have taken a lot less than that, but again, because of work, because of um, long working long hours and always standing, yeah, uh, starting with a client at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and finishing 8, 7 in the evening. That's why I got this problem. Yeah, that's how it wasn't because I was doing wrong movements when exercise, because I know the technique. It's because of not having enough rest. But and you can ask me, but what about Saturday and Sunday? Yeah, I don't work Saturday and Sunday. I used to at the beginning. But listen, if you wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and you finish 8 and you go to bed like a half 9, 10 o'clock, you're not resting in the day. And weekend it's not enough. You need more resting. So you have to remember that you need enough resting for that to happen. Okay. Or You need a professional to help you. Good. I think I've mentioned before, people asked me, can I get problems in my back if like if I'm if, for example, if I'm doing deadlifts and my technique is not great, can I get problems in my lower back? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, because it's a complex movement. When you do deadlifts, you have to understand how to lift the weights off the ground, and you have to keep, we call a neutral back, a flat back. Yeah. You cannot let your shoulders hunch over like that. Yeah, you have to make sure how to lift, because if you don't have that right technique, you put a lot of pressure. You put a lot of pressure in your lower back, because you're lifting weights off the ground. Yeah, and sometimes what happen when people are lifting these weights, they can lose the center of gravity, the balance. Yeah, and they try to compensate to lift the weights, and that's when you put pressure in the lower back. Yeah, so another exercise is squats. Squats is again, you need a great technique, because if you've got the weights in your on your upper back, you need to understand the right movement. But again, you see, just popped to my mind here. You can do squats without putting a barbell on your back. You can do to take that pressure, because when you have the barbell with the weights, you putting pressure there in the lower back. Yeah, and if you have a problem, if you don't feel confident, you can change. You can do one exercise we call goblet squats. You hold the weights like this, close your chest, elbows in, and you squat. And you just make the movement up and down. This is the squats. Yeah. So what happens here is you take the stress off your back. Yeah, and you concentrate more in your quads, in your hip. Yeah, and you don't have a barbell on your back. So you see, when you have a problem in your lower back, if it is a sort of problem that allows you to exercise, you can use different exercises to keep strengthening your hip, your lower back. You don't need to put a barbell on your back. So you have to understand what exercise to do, and you need to understand the technique. So I did both. I did this exercise, goblet squats, and with a barbell on my back, because I was doing really light weights. I was doing more repetitions. Yeah, I worked with more repetitions just to keep strengthening my back. Um, so another thing is, if you're not 100% sure how to do these exercises, if you go to my YouTube here where I am right now, yeah, just if you're there, just subscribe to it. Just press the button there and subscribe. And you find loads of exercises, not just exercise to strengthen your back or your upper, middle, and lower back. You've got other exercise for bicep, triceps, shoulders, all sorts. And I explained to you how you have to do the exercise, the technique, because this is important. If you have a great technique, great movement, and when you have it, you feel confident in the gym floor when you exercise, because people will look at you and say, hey, that guy knows how to do it. The movement looks fine to me. Yeah, people will appreciate. So yeah, if you go to my BFED 50 YouTube, yeah, subscribe to my channel, just enjoy it. And if you have any comments, just leave. There's a chat box there, yeah. And as there is one here right now, it just ask me questions. You can ask me questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I see it. And um, let me see. People also ask me um, if if this situation when I had a problem in my lower back that bothered me much, it did because you don't feel uh, you don't feel yourself, you don't feel at ease. um, when you're working, when you exercise, because you're always like thinking about the movement. I have to be careful with this, but careful with that, because if I do an awkward movement, I could pull another muscle in my back. So you don't feel 100% sure when exercising. But yeah, it bothers you a lot. But if you do your resting, yeah, do your resting at home, yeah, you sleep more. Of course, things will get better for sure. For sure, your back will come together. It can take some time. It can take, but you know when you start to feel a bit better. Oh, my back is coming better and better. Okay, so another thing is my question. Let me ask you a question now. Have you ever had any problems in your lower back before? If you have had, you can leave in the comments here. There is a chat box here. Tell me about your story. I'd love to hear about your story. What's happened to you? How do you still have the problem? Have been able to fix the problem? And also, if you don't know what exercises you can do it, just write to me. Just write to me. Just write, hey trainer. So what exercises I can do in the gym or I can do at home? Okay. You also can use we call it elastic bands, yeah, because it just they're beautiful. You can do loads of exercises with that. Or there is another thing I call TRX. TRX. It's like straps. Yeah, you tied up somewhere. You can put it like just between the door of your place, and you can do exercise just using your body weight. Yeah, so at least you won't be doing anything. You be doing exercise using your body weight better than nothing. At least you're not losing totally your strength and mobility. So think about that. um, so using elastic bands and TRX straps, they can help you a lot if you cannot go to the gym. But remember, having a lower back problem, depending how severe that is. If it's not that severe, you still can do exercises. Okay. If it is something you say, I cannot even walk, that's different. That you have to speak to your doctor. And but believe me, once you're getting better, your doctor say you have to do some exercise to strengthen your lower back, because um, doing nothing, your muscles will become weaker and weaker, and I don't, and you never fix the problem. So really depends how severe your problem is. Uh, but more or less, I think my idea here today was to explain to you about this. Yeah, about this problem, um, this lower back problem, and how this will interfere with your mobility and your strength, especially if you are in the 40s and beyond, like I am now. So basically, yeah, I think we have covered many things here today. And you can always, as I said before, you can always get back to me. You don't need always to be live here with me, but if you watch my live, And then if you have any questions, if you didn't understand something I've been talking here, just write to me. Just go in the video. There is go to the chat there, leave your question, because I check my YouTube every day. Okay, my social media. I'm always checking to see if someone wants to ask me a question. So, yeah, yeah. As I've mentioned before, I'm still on holidays. I'm here in the Algarve in Portugal, and I'm back home. I'm back to London Saturday, and possibly back to work on Monday. I still have to do that PCR, but hopefully everything will be okay, because I've been a good boy, protecting myself, and I've been training. I've come here for 3 weeks. My first and second week, I did nothing. I just enjoy myself, relaxing and resting. That's the word, resting. Yeah, and of course my lower back will benefit. And I got back to the gym Friday last week. Yeah, I think Friday last week was, if I'm not wrong, Friday last week, yeah, was the last day of the year. That's when I did my training, and I posted on my social media, on Instagram and all the platforms there, about my last training of the year. So I did one workout last week, and this week, today is Wednesday. I'm not sure. Yes, today is Wednesday, and I've done like a free workout. I did Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I'm feeling good. Again, now if you ask me, are you feeling sore? Yes, I am. Yeah, of course I'm not doing the amount of weights I lift, but of course, because I have to rebuild again, yeah, build up again. But of course, I'm feeling my hamstrings, my gluteus, my lower back, but in a good way. Remember, this is not lower back pain. This is muscular pain I've got now, because I've been stressing my muscles, doing squats and deadlifts and walking lunges and all the exercise. So yeah, I've been training, and I'm training till Friday, because I do 5 workouts, and hopefully next week I'm back to the gym in London. Okay, hopefully I have made you understand what I want to say to you about lower back. Again, you've got the chat there. You can ask me anytime. Please do ask me. Yeah, just type what you want to know, or just go to my YouTube channel. Yeah, there's this search engine. You can type lower back, and some exercise will come up to help you. I'm back next week, live next week, probably Tuesday and Thursday. I should be doing like 2 lives, Tuesday and Thursday, and I think that should be like I have to make sure about the time, but you'll be notified through my emails if you're following me. Okay, so it should be at 6 in the evening. That's it for today. Thank you. I'm so sorry for being late today. There was a technical problem with my YouTube. That's never happened before, but could have been the internet here, the connection. But okay, I'm here. I've done it, and I see you soon next week. Take care. Bye.